Hello guys, so it's come to my attention I need to do a video. Now I have had no end of malfunctions with my equipment and various little bits and pieces, so this is going to be a nice simple tutorial with shadows and shadow puppets. No, fuck the shadow puppets. Right, so I was at Skirmish a little while ago and I met a chap called Airsoft NOOB. Link in description. So based out of what's name, he's 3 months into it as of recording this video. He's doing quite well for himself. But I did notice the amount of batteries that were going down. So I've been meaning to do this video for quite some time. This is the how to use a digital charger. This one. The one that I pointed out in his video. I'm going to show you what you need to do. Show you what you need, how to do it. And I'm going to say this once. Rule of thumb.
Wait, rule of thumb?
Oh shit. Okay, now we've got that little infomercial video out of the way. Let's get to it. Let's put this over here for now. I'm going to show you the ins and outs. So, I've got all these batteries. These batteries are flat. I know this because I bought myself one of these. The capacity controller tells me how charged these batteries are. So if I take, let's say, that one, Dean's connector, battery lead tester, I recommend these. I think they're bloody brilliant. Attach it to there. It's telling me there is 3%. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, there is 28% left in this battery, and it is an 11.1. It's telling me it's 3.7. On one cell, second cell, 3.7, third cell, because it's a 3S battery, 3.7, 28%. Yeah, I could probably use that for a couple of shots, but it wouldn't do me any good. These batteries are irretrievable, and this is my opinion, are irretrievable after 3 volts. So this was 700 millivolts from being dead. All right, I've got batteries a lot worse than this. That was one. This is my Tamiya on 7.4. Can't remember if I've used this one actually, to be fair. Let's have a look. 86% charged, and this is a 2S battery. So there's the first one at 4 volts, second one at 4. It's 86% charged. That, in my eyes, doesn't need charging. It's a backup. What one have I used? I know I've used this one. And it actually went flat. So 3S, 16% charged. 37, 37, 37. Thing is, with lithium batteries, or LiPo, these will give everything right up to the last volt. And if you go over the last volt, they're useless. Now, these two are purchased just this weekend gone. These are 11 ones as well, and they're due to be converted to Tamiya. So, not going off on a tangent, I'm just going to show you how much they are. These have not been used. 42%. 42%. So that's 42% charged from factory because they can't be shipped with more than 50%. I'm going to leave these alone for now because I don't need them, but I will highlight the different types of batteries. So this one is a block battery. This is what I'm switching to. This is what I'm coming from. So that is 11.1. That is 11.1. Both on Dean's converted. But these are the two differences. Nunchucks, block batteries on Dean's. So I did the conversion myself, and I think I did a quite good job of that, to be fair. So get yourself one of these. It'll tell you how full your batteries are. Now let's get rid of this, and I think we'll keep the block battery for the demonstration purposes. Dirty 7.4. Ugh. So, put you over here for now. This is my digital charger. I know it's a digital charger because it says Intelligent Digital Balance Charger. Yay! I can't tell if this is absolutely legit or it's fake because I am dyslexic as fuck and I can't tell spelling mistakes, and I prayed to dog once rather than God. So, on the one side of it, you've got your negative, your positive, and your battery connector terminals. These are important for a bit later. Turn it over, you've got your voltage in, and your temperature sensor, and a little bit of schmutz just here. I do know this can take anywhere from 11 to 8 volts. Do you know, I think that's worn off. I know it can take 11 to 8 volts. So depending on what you put in here, it's completely up to you. You can plug this up to your car, your caravan, your heart life monitor. It doesn't matter what you plug it up to, as long as you're giving it between 8 and 11 volts. I so happen to have 8 or 11 volts. Not too sure what this is, but this is the charger that came with it. And you will notice this arc. Or not. There we go. Switched on. So in here, if I back this all the way up, there we go. I've backed it all the way up, and let's zoom in. Oh, look at the zoominess. There we go. So I can't tell if this is legit or not, but I'm pretty sure the software in here is pretty much the same as what you get on a legit. Hopefully. So what you want to do is, I have noticed there's a few comments on the forum saying, my batteries blew up using a digital charger. Okay, what did you do? So if I'm using a LiPo battery, NICD, which is nickel cadmium, would not be a good idea. You would be having a bad day. So what you do is, you go through your charger settings. That would be lead acid. That's the save data. Now, I'm pretty sure you can't charge with that, but I have never used that in my life. Load data. Get it. Yeah, never done that. There we go, LiPo. So you go through all the settings, and you get to the one you need. LiPo battery. That's exactly what we need for these batteries. What I'll do is, I go into yes, and I've got this already set up. Your mileage may vary. So what you do is, using these buttons here, you go through the settings. So discharge, I'll get to that in a bit. Storage, I'll get to that a bit. Fast charge, I don't ever recommend this, but I've never had to do it. Balance, I have used this, as you can tell, because the settings are at 3 amps for 11.1. So I will explain balance in a bit. Charge, which is what I'm going to do. Now, how did I get the magic number here and the magic number here? Well, anyway, let's just press that. So obviously that's the start and enter. Press the start and enter and it starts flashing. Now, if you look at the batteries, right, don't moan at me. These are my batteries. I mean, your battery mileage may vary. You may notice 1,500 milliamp hours. That's fair enough. I've got this programmed for 1.5 amps. Just get rid of the MAH and put amps. That's basically what that is. 1.5, 1.5. The 7.4 disgusting ones have 2,600 milliamp hours. Let's just say I want to charge these. What I'll do is I will whack that up to 2.6. No more, no less. Because charging it at its correct ampage will help these fill up quicker, or fill up properly. So yeah, it takes the same amount of time, roughly, but any more volts in this will make this go poof, and the magic smoke will come out, and it will be bloody ruined. But I'm not going to that. So this is just a demonstration. So I'm happy with that. 2.6, 2.6. Press it again, this flashes. Now, I know these are a 25C. That's that little magic number there. Get rid of the 5, it turns into 2C. It could be 2C on your batteries. This is, I mean, these... whose are these, boy? Well, I don't care. They are legit, though. I bought them. So, let's change that down. Look at that. Straight to 7.4. Put this back in the frame. 7.4. There we go. That's where I want it. So you notice how it's got 2S. Oh, sorry. 25C. So 25C is 2S. Enter. Now that is set up for this battery. Alright? So let's just go through it again. LiPo battery. Okay. Oh, this bloody power lead is pissing me off already, and I haven't even got to the tutorial. So here we have. Now I want to set it for this battery. Back into enter. Clock it down to 1.5. Back up to 11.1, because this is an 11.1 battery. Enter. Now I need to connect this to this. That's where these come into it. Okay, so I've got two connector types here. I've got Tamiya, mini Tamiya, and I've got Dean's. Well, this battery has a Dean's connector, so I'll be using you. So these go to the main unit, these go to your battery. This, on the other hand, is an extension lead. These are very important, right? I think that long leads are important. I will get to that as well. So the whole idea, you take your battery charger and connect your black and your red. Don't let them touch. Those there, they're dead. I could touch these and lick these all day long. Won't do nothing. Nothing's going through it just yet. I don't recommend it. So what will happen is, if we don't use this wire, this is what it will look like. Now, I recommend that you do this way as a general rule of thumb. As in, you connect your power leads to your charger, then you connect your battery. That's pretty simple. Don't do this. Connect your leads without connecting it to there, because you're now swapping. That, in my eyes, is now very, very fucking dangerous. I am not going to arc these because I do not want this battery to go off in my face. I don't want to take the risk. I don't want the effort. And you need to respect this battery. Okay? That is dangerous. So I'm going to plug this back into the unit. Safe. Absolutely safe. And then I'm going to plug this back in. Now, if you don't have an extension lead, you will be plugging it in like this. So if you look on here, I don't think you'll be able to see it. On here, you've got how many cells you have. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 3 cells in this, and the connector won't fit in any of these that they won't need to fit into, so into 3 cells. Now look at that distance. You've got all this bloody snaky wire here, but you've got this little piddly short bit here. I don't like that. And I do recommend safe battery storage. This is a LiPo safe. I recommend it for everybody. All right, don't cart your batteries around in boxes. This will give you a measure of protection. So just in case it catches fire, it's flame retardant material. But as I can tell you now, I'm not a big fan of the small wires, because that is how it's going to sit on your desk. And I also recommend putting a metal pan underneath it or a plate, because once this bag gives up, if that battery gives up and it takes this bag with it, this bag will only take 2 or 3 minutes. And I don't particularly want to have to replace this because this has caught fire. But it could have been this that made it caught fire in the first place. Catch 22. Anyway, I hope you're still keeping up with me. I'm going to unplug this part. This battery will not charge properly unless that's plugged in. So I've got an extension wire because I am a safe person. That keeps it another 30 centimeters away from my charger. Now if this battery goes up inside this LiPo safe, and there's always that real risk at the back of my head. Right, there we go. That is safe as houses. That is 30 centimeters away from my charger. So if this battery goes off, I grab all of this, yank it out, and then I fuck that straight into the garden. Obviously I have to go through a couple of metal detectors, or smoke detectors, but there is some element of safety. You are adding safe steps. So I've got my battery and it's battery safe. I've programmed it for 5.1 amps at 11 volts. Let's zoom in again. Ah, sexy. And let's just annoy the charger a bit more. Right, so I've programmed everything I need to. Right, I've got the settings correct, I've got the amperage correct, I've got the voltage correct. Now I want to hit the go button. This isn't charging. Now I will hold. Let's just move the power brick up. Power brick pisses me off, it's just too bulky. Anyway, where was I? Ah yes, I'm going to hit charge. It is not charging like this whatsoever. So now I'm going to hold the start. Battery check. Here's the next step. 3 cells, 3 cells. If these match up, it's perfect to go. Press go. There we go. As you can see, the amperage is rising and the volts say 11.5. Well, don't worry about this. You've got to think about it. You've got 3 cells and they all need to be charged all the way up. It's registering 11.5 volts at the moment on an 11.1 battery. That's fine. Keeping in mind, when we tested this, it was 3.7, 3.7, 3.7. So that was all 3 of them. Go into here. No, wrong button. No, fuck off. Right, ignore this button. Right. Start again. Press this button. It will tell you the individual cells. So obviously up to 6 cells. And it will tell you what voltages are currently in the cells. Now, that all adds up to 11.5. But these batteries are not charged. These batteries need to be about 4.2 on all of them, all of the cells. That's how a battery works to a point. Back out here, it says it's charging at 1.5 amps and it's got 11.57. It's going down. Now you go up, please. Thank you. And it will fluctuate like this all day. So I'm going to leave it right there, keep this going, and I'll speed up the footage and you can see it charged, because I don't want to be accused of cheating out a battery.
Feel the pulses in my veins, charging forward, breaking chains. The field's alive, the battle's on. This electric war zone's never gone. Airsoft dreams in the neon light, heartbeats racing through the night. Masked and ready, let chaos reign. Adrenaline's my middle name. Adrenaline's my middle name. Darting in the haze, every shot's a wild blaze. Stealth and speed in perfect sync. No time to stop, no time to think. Airsoft dreams in the neon light, heartbeats racing through the night.
And there we go. That is 38 minutes and 36 seconds. Now, if you're going to be a complete geek about it, you could record this time against this battery that's just charged. Let's zoom out. Actually, no, let's stay zoomed in. Let's just go to the battery calculator. 4.1, 4.2, 4.2. Now, this one is a little bit lower. So this is telling me there's a little bit of an imbalance on the go. I'll get to that in a minute, like I usually say I will to everything. This isn't too bad. It's literally 1-ish% out. So let's go to back and then let's just zoom out. Oh, too far. There we go, back out. As you can tell, I'm at my PC table, but you don't need to see half this shit. So there we go. All right, let's get the battery out. You notice how I've unplugged the digital charger. I'm not a big fan of unplugging. It's personal preference, quite literally. So I'm going to unplug the balance cable, then I'm going to unplug the battery from the unit. It's dead, so I'll just move this out of the way. Let's get my little friend back. You over there, please. And then let's have another look. There we go. It is saying it is 98% charged. That's probably because due to the 1%. These aren't exactly accurate, but they do work. By the way, if you leave this plugged into this, it will drain it down. Don't. So it's got it set to LiPo. Let's have a look at cell number 1. 4.186. 4.191. There we go. This isn't bad. Absolutely not bad. There you go. It's saying it's got a 1% imbalance. It's nothing. I ain't going to bother with that. So, that's charged. I've got to do that again 4 or 5 times. But I need to swap the heads out. So that's pretty much how to do it. That's in layman's terms. Alright. That's the detailed version. And now I'm going to show you. Get off it. I'm going to show you how to balance. Alright, this is only 1% balanced. I'm not even going to bother. So, taking my charger, plug into the battery, balance cable. So, let's just assume you're charging. Okay, that into the battery safe. And let's go back to the controls. So, that was charge. After every game, I like to discharge.
Daddy?
Right, so let's for instance go to the one that's incredibly dead. So the Spexner Arms 1300 milliamp hours. Let's change to that one. This one is incredibly low. And we'll talk about discharge. So both of them plugged in. I'm going to bung those over there. So it's now currently on LiPo charge. We want to discharge. So go through the menu and find discharge. Now, this battery is rated for 1.3. So, as you can see, 1.3. Discharge is a little different. This has 3 cells, but it only wants to take it to 9 volts. So if this is an 11.1 by the way, 9 volts is where it's going to be happy. But I'm going to do it to 2 amps. Press that. Can't even take it up any higher. So it even goes up to 12 for 4S. This is voltage split between the cells, but I only want 3S. Now I know there's nothing in this battery, so I'm going to hold that. It's going to battery check, and there it goes. I'm holding this in my hand and it's making me nervous. It's counting up the amps. It'll go all the way. There we go. Now that was going to head to 2 amps. Have you noticed how it's only stopped at 800 milliamps? So amps, milliamps. This battery only has 800 milliamps in it, and it's sitting at 10 volt. So if we go to this one again, 365, 366, 365. So there's a little bit of variance. This will take it down to 3. Now I said 3 was really bad. It can be, but it'll probably stop at 3.1. So, bit of housekeeping for you. I'm not even going to bother taking this all the way through. I'm just going to do a little, stop zooming in. A little bit of housekeeping. Right, I will keep you charging, discharging. So, I'm not even too bothered. These will not get hot in my hand. Right, you finished a game day. Let's say this one. You finished a game day, and there's probably 20% charge in it. Okay, not a problem. This could be one of the 42s actually. Let's have a look. There you go. Yes, this is the 42%. Anyway, so you finished the game day, you got 42% in it. Now, if you were to charge this back up, from here, the lithium will remember. Just like the North remembers, and lithium remembers too. So if you take it to, oh, that just dropped a percent, whoops, let's just plug it off over there. It will remember. So you've charged it all the way to the top, you've used it to about here. This is just a visual representation. And then charge it back up, and then use it half again, and then charge it back up. This battery will remember. Lithium's a bit stubborn like that, to be fair. And then you charge it up, charge it there, charge it up. It'll go, do you know what? This part here isn't needed. Why the fuck am I bothering? And then it will forget this. That 1500 milliamp hour battery has now gone to a 750 milliamp hour battery, because it can remember that you don't like to use this all the way. So what I do is, every time I get home, and basically did it with the nunchucks, is I discharge that to the point of where it needed discharging. I think I left it alone just for this video, to be fair, so I might be talking out my arse. I will bring all my batteries I've used down to dead zero. Not dead zero in voltage, just enough so it doesn't kill them. That's what this feature's for. This will take them down to where they need to be to store safely. And then I'll charge it all the way back up. And that roughly takes 58 minutes, because this is done in minutes, not in, let's go back out. It's done in minutes and seconds. So 158 point something will be something else. I'm going to stop that. Look after these batteries and they look after you. Well, they won't, but they will keep healthier for longer. It's a general rule of thumb.
Oh, shit.
No, stop it. It's a general rule of thumb. When you get home, discharge the battery. Then fully recharge it. It works for me. I mean, I've never had a battery go pop on me. None of them have swelled. These are fucking decent batteries. I bought these from Warzone. And I've got about 4 of them now. And these will last me 45 minutes. No problem. But obviously it takes a little bit longer to charge up. It takes a little bit longer to discharge. And now I'm going into CQB season. One of these batteries will probably last me 2 or 3 sessions. Not days, like 2 or 3 15-minute games. Because of the constant hammering that my rifle's going through. So, just to recap. Discharge. Discharge good. Look after your batteries. What's next on the list? Storage. Now, I haven't got this set up. I tend not to use them as storage. That needs to go down to 1.3. I'm not too sure what storage does, to be fair. I've never used it. It's probably a way of putting these into a deep sort of sleep. I don't know. So I'm not going to even go there. But the only things you really do need: fast charge. Now, I have never used this. I don't think I ever will. Because you can tell it's set for 1S and it's still on 0.2, and I've never changed this. If you think that you need fast charge, say if you've got 1 battery the entire day and you've taken your battery charger with you, yeah, by all means, hit the crap out of it. Just don't exceed the milliampage, because that's the best way for your batteries to go pop. And I don't want people complaining in the comments down below that they've watched this and blown themselves up. So remember, get yourself a decent charger, get yourself a LiPo bag. It's pretty self-explanatory. Balance charging. Right, okay, this is set up. For some odd reason, this is set at 3 amps. I don't think so. Balance charge. All you have to do for this, plug the pair of your wires in, and it will individually test the batteries. Now, this is 3 cells. I can't see how personally, but it is. Let's better visualize with the nunchuck, shall we? If you've lasted this long, thank you very much. Appreciate that. So, I will have a detailed description of what I'm doing and the basics at the end of this, so don't worry. So, when you're plugged into the balance charger, if this one is 4 volts, this one is 3.7, and this one's 4 volts, it will figure out which one of these needs the charge. It will exclude the other 2 and then just charge this one to meet the specs of these. So if that was 4, and that was 3.7, it will only charge this battery to 4 volts. That way, bringing it all into harmony. So if you just keep charging, right, best way to describe this. You know when I said to you, if you use half a battery, charge it, half a battery, charge it, it will remember. Same with these, same with the nunchucks. The balance charger brings them back to focus. So let's say you use this battery and you charge it up, charge it up, charge it up. Eventually you're going to get that little imbalance where this one is 2%, this one's 2%, and this one's 5% out of balance. That one will bring these 2 out of balance. All right, you think it was only 2%, 1% I'm out. Anything up to 5% I'm happy with. Anything after that I'm like, nah, forget it, bro. So what'll happen is, you charge this one up, but it will miss off the 5%, because this one's dragging it down. And then, because this one hasn't got a full charge, it'll go to 10. And then what'll happen is it'll charge to 10% to match this battery. And then this one will run down a bit more, and then it will charge up to here. You see where I'm going with this? You are going to lose capacity. So if you balance charge them, you bring them all back to 100%. Now, I don't know how correct I am on this. I had to watch a lot of videos, and then I had to teach myself. I have never had a battery go poof on me. I've had batteries die on me. Case in point, this bugger. This is my 3300. Look at that. These are fully charged. I can't drain them. I don't want to. But yeah, it completely desoldered itself. I haven't had any batteries go poof, but I have had them give up on me. They're fully charged. I've got to dispose of those. I ain't got a fucking clue how. So, look after your batteries. And what I'll do is, right now, I will go through a basic guide. Step 1, grab yourself a decent charger. Step 2, plug in semi-decent charger. Fantastic. Select what you would like to do. Find the battery you wish to charge. Identify the voltage. 1.5 milliamps, 1.5 amps, 11.1, 11.1, 3S battery, 3S battery. Plug in your battery. Where possible, use extension leads. Once you've connected your battery to the charger, pull your LiPo safe bag and place your battery firmly inside the center with the wires overlapping the front of the box. Close said bag. When you're ready to charge, make sure the settings are still the same from what you have set. Hold the start button. Wait for battery confirmation. Check the top two that they perfectly match, and then press start.
In my veins, charging forward, breaking chains. The field's alive, the battle's on.
Your time will vary between a long time and a short time like mine. When you see full, you are charged and ready to go. Wash, rinse, repeat. And if you want to learn more, try Burnt Wolf Airsoft. There you go, a little bit of battery maintenance, and quite frankly, you're going to be fine. I mean, batteries won't poof up on you. Get rid of those analog chargers, you know, the ones you buy, the ones that you get when you buy the rifle. Right, get rid of them. They are so clunky. I hate them. Some people swear by them. Oh, analog chargers are fantastic. Yeah, they might be fantastic for you. How many batteries have you lost? I mean, I'm happy. I mean, digital chargers, they are handy to use. I need to break my own rule there. Charged. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to enjoy murdering the edit, and I'm going to try and get that out tonight. Well, anyway, my tonight would be your now, basically. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I'll probably redo it again eventually in the what's name, but that's how you look after your batteries. When you finish the game day, discharge them. When you're ready to do a game day, recharge them. An empty battery is a lot less volatile than a full one. So, obviously being lithium. So guys, thank you very much for watching. If you've got this far, subscribe. I'd appreciate that because it would make my channel grow. And various other parts of me as well. Look after yourselves. Oh, by the way, take your hits and don't be a bellend and wear your eyebrow. Peace.